In the ever-evolving world of digital photography, the battle for camera supremacy continues to captivate enthusiasts and professionals alike. As the industry leaders, Nikon and Canon have consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible, introducing innovative technologies and powerful features that have transformed the way we capture and create. Recently, the release of the highly anticipated Canon EOS R5 Mark II has sparked a renewed interest in the debate surrounding the technological prowess of these industry giants. While the EOS R5 Mark II boasts impressive specifications, it's essential to consider whether the Nikon Z8, a camera that has already established itself as a formidable contender, can still hold its own against this latest offering from Canon. Well, that depends on what matters most to you. With so many features and tech specs to consider, it's easy to feel lost. Let's dive into a head-to-head comparison in a way that's simple and easy to understand, so you can make the right choice for your next upgrade. Size-wise, the Canon EOS R5 Mark II takes the edge. It's lighter and more compact compared to the Nikon Z8, which can really make a difference when you're out shooting all day. We're talking about a 164-gram weight difference. That's like slapping a small prime lens onto your setup. The Canon is also a little shorter, making it a bit more portable, though the Nikon has that iconic EVF bump that gives it a taller profile. Both the Canon EOS R5 Mark II and Nikon Z8 come with excellent weather sealing, designed to withstand tough shooting conditions. However, the Nikon Z8 takes it a step further by using eco-friendly carbon fiber and magnesium alloy in its build, providing durability while being environmentally conscious. Additionally, the Z8 includes backlit buttons, a small but significant feature that makes it easier for photographers to operate in low-light situations. When it comes to the screen, they both have a monochrome top display to relay basic settings information. The Canon EOS R5 II has a more flexible screen, though. Canon's 3.2-inch vari-angle touchscreen LCD with impressive resolution offers great flexibility for shooting from various angles and clear imagery view. This can really help if you're filming a scene in a crowded space or getting a low-angle shot. Nikon's 3.2-inch 4-axis tilting touchscreen LCD is quick to adjust but doesn't move as freely as Canon's. This design offers versatility for both horizontal and vertical shooting, which might appeal to photographers who prefer a tilting screen instead of a fully articulating one. As for viewfinders, Canon's EVF is impressive with 5.76 million dots equivalent to 1600 by 1200 pixels, while Nikon's has 3.69 million, which is equivalent to 1280 by 960 pixels. This means a sharper view when you're composing shots. It might seem minor, but when you're spending a lot of time looking through the viewfinder, that extra detail makes a difference. Let's talk about the image quality. Both cameras come with full-frame sensors, giving you amazing detail and a wider range of light and color. On paper, both sensors are closely matched. Canon's EOS R5 Mark II features a 45-megapixel sensor, while Nikon slightly edges it out with a 45.7-megapixel sensor. A stacked design reduces the impact of the rolling shutter effect in both. The Canon EOS R5 Mark II brings its own strengths to the table with Canon's signature color science, known for producing rich, vibrant colors straight out of the camera. It provides high resolution with its 45-megapixel sensor, capturing every detail with clarity. This extra resolution is particularly beneficial for capturing fine textures, especially when focusing on landscape, commercial, or portrait photography. On the other hand, the Nikon Z8 consistently delivers exceptional results, earning praise from photographers for its ability to capture stunning, detailed, and vibrant images. This performance stems from its advanced sensor technology and strong dynamic range, along with the X-Speed 7 image processor, which produces an extra edge when shooting in challenging lighting conditions or low light, offering maximum flexibility in post-production. There's not a huge difference here, but Nikon's lower base ISO could be a plus for landscape photographers who need that extra dynamic range in bright conditions. If you prioritize color accuracy and vibrant tones, the Canon EOS R5 Mark II stands strong. Now here's where Canon really pulls ahead: autofocus. Canon's been hyping the next-gen autofocus system in the RF2, and it lives up to the hype. It's more responsive, faster, and smarter, thanks to AI-driven features like eye-control autofocus, which allows the camera to focus where you're looking. This feature is incredibly useful when you're dealing with multiple subjects. In a wedding ceremony, you can easily shift focus just by looking at the person you want to capture. Nikon isn't far behind, as the Z8 performs well in low-light autofocus situations, claiming to work down to -7.5 EV, while Canon offers -6.5 EV. And Nikon's advanced 3D tracking and hybrid autofocus system is known for its precise autofocus, and the Z8 delivers on that. This feature detects various subjects including humans, animals, and vehicles. It's particularly impressive for action shots. Sports and wildlife photographers will really appreciate how well it tracks subjects in hectic situations. In terms of burst speed, the Canon can hit 30 FPS RAW and JPEG, while the Nikon tops out at 20 FPS for RAW and 30 FPS for JPEG only. Nikon's buffer, however, is massive compared to Canon's, capable of handling over 1,000 RAW shots to Canon's 93. This might not be an issue for most, but if you're shooting sports or wildlife, Nikon's buffer could save you from missing crucial moments. Now, if you're into video, both cameras are quite impressive, but they do have some key differences. The Canon EOS R5 Mark II can shoot 8K RAW video at 30 FPS and 4K up to 120 FPS, all without any crop. You're getting cinema-level quality, and with Canon's color science, the footage looks phenomenal straight out of the camera. You can capture the scene in stunning 8K, and when you edit, you can easily reframe your shots without losing detail. Or let's say you're shooting a vlog while walking through a bustling market, and the vibrant colors and rich tones make every detail pop beautifully right from the start. There's also internal 10-bit recording, which gives you more flexibility in post-production, especially for color grading. The Nikon Z8, on the other hand, also shoots 8K at 60 FPS and 4K up to 120 FPS. It offers N-Log and H.265 recording for those wanting more dynamic range and control over their footage in post-production. While Nikon's video specs are incredibly competitive, the Z8 is a bit more tailored for advanced filmmakers who need extra tools like 12-bit NRAW and ProRes RAW for smooth editing workflows. When filming at sunrise or sunset, using N-Log helps you handle tricky lighting, keeping colors vibrant and shadows clear. This flexibility allows you to enhance those beautiful scenes in post-production without losing detail. Plus, with ProRes RAW, editing becomes smoother, letting you easily adjust colors and contrasts for a polished final look. Canon's R5 Mark II has a rated battery life of 630 shots with the LCD, which is nearly double the 340 shots you'll get from the Nikon Z8. That's a big difference, but once you switch to the viewfinder, both cameras offer around 330 to 340 shots, so it's not a deal breaker either way. Canon also boasts better in-body image stabilization, or IBIS. The R5 Mark II offers up to 8.5 stops of stabilization, while the Nikon Z8 provides 5 stops. If you often shoot handheld, especially in low light, this difference is a big advantage. With Canon's IBIS, you can experiment with slower shutter speeds without worrying about camera shake ruining your shot. Now, when it comes to shutter options, the Nikon Z8 has gone completely electronic, which some may prefer for its silent operation. However, the Canon still offers a mechanical shutter for those who like the traditional feel. On the flip side, if long exposures are your thing, the Nikon has the upper hand, allowing for a maximum exposure time of 900 seconds compared to Canon's 30 seconds. This can make a real difference if you enjoy capturing star trails or silky smooth water effects. Let's talk money. In most countries, the Canon EOS R5 Mark II will cost you more than the Nikon Z8. The Nikon Z8 hit the market in May 2023, while the Canon EOS R5 Mark II dropped a bit later in August of 2024. Now, the Canon is generally more expensive in most regions. Despite the higher price tag, Canon fans may feel it's worth the investment for the autofocus improvements alone. Nikon, on the other hand, offers a tempting deal if you're looking to save a few $100 without sacrificing too much in performance. Even though these cameras are expensive, they don't age like smartphones or laptops. Cameras tend to stay relevant longer, and Nikon Z8 is still a strong contender despite being out for over a year. the Canon EOS R5 Mark II and the Nikon Z8 sit at the high end of the mirrorless market, and rightfully so, as they're packed with professional-grade features. The Nikon Z8 impresses with its low-light performance, fast buffer, and more budget-friendly price. It's an excellent choice for those who prioritize speed and don't mind a bit of extra weight in their gear. On the other hand, the Canon EOS R5 Mark II takes the lead with its exceptional autofocus system, higher resolution electronic viewfinder, and lighter design. If you often shoot action, portraits, or anything where speed and precision are crucial, the R5 Mark II's features may justify the higher price tag. Ultimately, the decision comes down to your specific needs. If you already own Canon's RF lenses or Nikon Z mount gear, sticking with your current system can simplify the decision. But for those starting fresh or open to either brand, it's all about prioritizing your needs. If fast autofocus and a lightweight setup top your list, the Canon R5 Mark II is hard to beat. Meanwhile, the Nikon Z8 delivers durability and performance at a more accessible price. So both cameras are fantastic choices. It all depends on which features are most important to you. And that concludes our comparison of the Canon EOS R5 Mark II and Nikon Z8. Do you lean towards the Nikon or the Canon? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more photography insights.